Hello,
Hello.
good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, depending on what time it is there. But it's good just afternoon for us in this beautiful part of Liverpool, very sunny today. This is an open basket show. My name's Kieran.
My name's Alice.
And we are going to be talking about Strike a Pose, which is an event that we put on, and playing some lovely music for you. But we won't talk over the music except for in this moment, because we'll let everything else play out. So we will probably just speak to you in about 4.5 minutes time. And we'll leave you to listen to more Caitlin Aurelia Smith.
So that was a song called Expanding Electricity by Caitlin Aurelia Smith. And I've kind of chose that song because it's just got this really nice kind of lush ambient feeling, quite joyous. And I think, so the Striker Pose that we've got coming up, which is kind of what this show is about today, is we're running on the theme of joy and hope as well. So yeah, I thought it would be a nice little opening to the show. Something nice and lush and ambient.
What have we got next?
Next, we have Anyone. Let me just find it. Anyone by Devon Shaffer. So this is a little bit more folky. And also, again, just kind of running with that theme of joy and hope. But there's kind of like a bit more of an honesty with this track. As in, like, it feels hopeful, but there's more, it feels more like real, if that makes sense, instead of it being like, hey, everything's great.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what...
The clash of those two things, reality and the hope and joy of looking forwards, is kind of, when we were talking about what music and what to talk about for this show, that kind of clash of trying to find the joy in quite a difficult time is kind of, what Striker Pose is maybe about. And maybe we'll speak a bit more on that as we go. But so our musical choices have that in mind if they don't have a direct Striker Pose link. So this one's one of those. But let's listen to Devon.
Let's play this, and then we can talk more about Striker Pose,
what it is, and so on.
Yeah.
I'm choked up again, not for anyone I've left behind in the pouring rain. Think I'm gonna change, not for anyone I've lost before, but I'm in the game. Here's to anyone that can change my mind again. I'm in the spring of my time, I won't go back to when. Glory to the gift here for anyone. They told me once and I won't forget. Things are gonna change now for everyone. I'll walk and walk until the end. Here's to anyone that can change my mind again. I'm in the spring of my time, I'm in the zone again, and the time feels right. Oh, time is right, and the day feels right. Oh, I am right.
Nice. So we're going to talk a little bit about Striker Pose now.
Yeah, we are. Before we do, that was very, very beautiful and very gentle at the end, and it really reminded me of a very lovely evening last night, at the time of recording last night, which was Loris and the Lion show, and they're really great. If you like music like the song you just heard, maybe it's worth looking up Loris and the Lion. It's not the exact same vibe, but it's that gentle, very honest and storytelling kind of music. Anyway, we were going to talk about Striker Pose. It's just came into my head, that was all.
I just want to add to that because also Jed Timms played yesterday as well. He is a regular Striker Pose.
He is a Striker Pose head. Yeah, a Striker Poser.
But
he also was playing in that gig,
Similar vibes as well, like storytelling, folk.
He has played at Striker Pose as well, but never as himself.
No. No,
And that's
always.
what's great about striker pose, actually. Maybe that's a good way of entering into chatting about striker poses. You know, the way it started was just a bunch of friends doing things for each other. You know, there's a lot of one-offs at striker pose. I guess maybe if you're listening to this and you don't know what striker pose is, I guess I could really quickly just explain it. It's become a kind of half cabaret, half disco. Like the course of the night runs in that kind of way. But originally we just put on a party because we wanted to have a good time just before Christmas one year, 2022, I think. Yeah. And so the format of it was just like, and if anyone wants to do anything at this party that we're going to throw with music, and, you know, you can just do that. We've got a stage. We're going to do it at Quarry. We're going to rent the space for the night. And so it kind of brings out like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this one thing, this one night, because it would be fun, or because I think it would make people laugh, or I think that, you know, when else am I going to do that? And it's kind of evolved into this actual event rather than just a place to make your friends laugh, and people that we don't know come now and things like that. And yeah, it's kind of the beginning of it changing into what it is now is quite interesting. But like, we were kind of talking about this in the studio, but while the songs were playing there, about how now the way it runs, we have like a really open kind of, if anyone wants to perform at our events, you can just get in touch. We've actually got like a kind of call out form, like a Google form. It should just be in our Instagram kind of bio, and it's either there at the moment or it's offline for a brief period because it's inundated
at the moment. I was going to say, it's currently offline, but it will come back when we've got sort of the next term of shows. Yeah,
but I feel like, maybe I've not explained it in the most straightforward way there. It's just kind of coming at it from a few different angles. But yeah, just the kind of the idea of doing something for its own sake is quite important in striker pose. It's not sort of we put on bands or we do this. It's more we do anything if it kind of fits together. And the way it used to sort of, there was no curatorial element to it until quite recently. It was more, if anyone asked me about doing something, I would say yeah. And then I would stop saying yeah once too many acts had already been said yes to, and I would try and fit it together as best as possible. Whereas now we've got a much more rigid kind of team, or not rigid, but just really like, you know, an actual team of people rather than just like, okay, who is it that does this? You know, there's actually like, okay, these people will take the call out forms and they'll work it out and they'll curate the next 3 nights. And these people are people in Moon Cup Theatre, Martina, Izzy, Rebecca. We have like the Quarry staff. It always happens in Quarry. And, you know, there's just lots of like actual kind of jobs now involved. So it's become a more organised, structured thing. But the thing that we don't want to lose is the fact that you can just do something that is a one-off, and that's what striker pose is all about, just kind of trying stuff as well as developing things. Anyway, I've talked all over the place. I'm just going to play some music, I think. This is just called Einstein Je t'aime, and it's by Cos, and I'm playing it because I really like it.
War is noir. Por ciento buenos hay uno malo, ole liberanos, amalo, amalo, amalo. Einstein Stimme, das. Einstein, ich liebe dich. Oh, Stein.
I'm a cockney geezer, a holiday in Ibiza every year without fail, and I drink my body weight in Indian pale ale and sit and watch the girls as they dance and think about the past and all of my missed chances. Some kind of loving romance, and wonder if my wife was still around, what would my life look like right now? I remember Miranda on the veranda in Corfu 1992. But then I think again, I couldn't do any of this then, could I? Drinking in the sun and sitting on the Spanish archipelago, watching all the young girls go by. Lovely bit of skirt, that. Lovely. Nah, I'm not lonely. I'm exactly where I need to be. Where living's much easier. Yeah, I'm a geezer. Name's Terence, by the way, but you can call me Teddy. Everybody does.
Hi and welcome back. We've just been talking about
Hello.
the Middle Aisle, but that was the Cockney geezer, Teddy, aka Jack Me, and that's an example of something that happens at Striker Pose. Is the Cockney geezer every now and then makes an appearance and sings about his life.
Another alter ego. We were talking about Jed Timms before.
Yeah,
And another kind of one of our friends.
one of the people who really helps put Striker Pose on. You know,
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I
Yeah.
said kind of one of our friends.
he's kind of our friend,
good
I
mate.
guess. I guess he's our friend. Yeah,
But I
he's
think,
a very close friend.
Very close friend.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack, if you're listening. But I think it's sort of like that song to the last kind of songs we were playing as well. Is a nice representation of Striker Pose and how kind of random.
Yeah, all over the place it sometimes can feel, but also hopefully in a good way.
Yeah.
But and talking of all over the place, like I was trying to like explain stuff in the last little chatty bit, but we took on too many things at once. I think this little chatty bit we can talk about the strike element to Striker Pose, and how the reason that it's a strike fundraiser is basically because the first ever event we did, the way that we did it, we tried to fundraise to pay for the venue hire so that we could have our party and split the cost between whoever was coming to the party. And too many people were up for the party for, I think, £5 or £10, that we had too much money to pay for the venue. We don't want to be just like taking a load of money at the end of what is just a party. And at the time, the posties were on strike, and we were like, let's give all of the excess, and we'll have a collection on the door. You know, you can pay to come in if you want, or you can not pay. It doesn't matter. Like, and then I can't remember how much we raised in the first one, but it was probably close to £500, I think.
Yeah, it was about
something like that.
580, wasn't it?
Something like that. But yeah, it's kind of grown to like a bigger scale than that, and also, but it's always kept that kind of element of like, well, we're doing this because we want to have a party, but we also want to do something with this energy that goes beyond that. And every time we have an event, we have a slot for a representative of the union that we're fundraising for, or the group that we're fundraising for. But it also, because of the kind of landscape of, union membership and how you can go on strike, it means that like trying to work out, a group to fundraise for, comes basically right at the last minute. There's always ideas of who we might fundraise for in the lead up to it, but until we know if a strike is continuing or is going to happen, it's we can only like do so much. And this particular strike oppose, when you're listening to this, we may have announced who we're fundraising for, but at this point it's kind of still fairly open, because there's a strike that's just recently happened with cleaners from Merseyrail, who are members of the RMT. They are striking for better pay and conditions. It's a pay rise that they're after, that's not being offered. But yeah, they may reach an agreement before the event, and then we'll have to shift our attention to another group. But yeah, we're hoping that we can announce probably by the time this is online who we're fundraising for, and get someone to talk about their struggle and the group's activities on the night. But yeah, who are the last ones that we did? We've kind of fundraised for quite a few different industries, I guess.
Yeah, so there was one of the first ones was RMT, as you mentioned, just before that. This is also part of the current one that we might fundraise for. We've fundraised for NHS workers say no.
We've done that, yeah. We've done NHS related things twice, because NHS workers say no was one group, and then it was SOS NHS, which is kind of an amalgamation of a few different groups. That's around the doctors' strikes.
It's also interesting to hear the progress of the strike. So the kind of the whatever industrial action is happening that we do raise money for, like after strike oppose kind of thing, not because of strike oppose. We're just trying to raise awareness. But yeah, like where they kind of do go to as well.
Yeah, every time that we've fundraised, I'm pretty sure in every case eventually there has been a victory, as in the membership have voted for accepting a new deal. Like they stay on strike, or they stay with the threat of strike, I guess, and the negotiations take place. And not all members are going to be happy with a result, but the idea is it's a democratic process, and if more people say that they are happy with the result, then it's accepted. So like, for example, one of the last, I think it was the last one that we did at the old Quarry space, was for Live Housing Group workers. They ended up, we joined them on their picket on their first striking day, and it was chucking down with rain. And
it was really, I think it was before we both had to go to our day jobs.
Yeah, and it was in Knowsley. It was like just off of the motorway. Like it was a very sort of like difficult place to be. You have to like drive there. There's no way you can get there. I mean, you can get there on a bus, but it would have taken us a long time to get to that exact spot and all this. But yeah, that was their first day of strike action. They were on strike for almost a year, like on like single days and a few different days. And yeah, they had like a really rousing speech at our event, but no one would know like, okay, yeah, they're going to be on strike for this amount of time, or they're going to win, but they did like, and hopefully we can kind of signpost these things to people who engage with the strike oppose, like Instagram and so on, because at the end of the day, this is like kind of, it's raising awareness for, the fact that you can join a union, that you can have your voice heard in your workplace. It's a lot more difficult when you're in precarious work, but there are unions you can join. when you're like working 0 hours contracts and like, you know, fixed term contracts and so on. But hopefully this just keeps that idea in people's heads a bit more, because I do think, yeah, it's quite it doesn't necessarily come into people's heads like that you can join a union, that strikes do happen these days. I think there was a real wave of strikes around the time that we did our first one that's maybe dying down a little bit, but not necessarily because everyone's doing better. It's
there's just a lot to kind of fight for, I suppose. And I think the one you were talking about then with Live Housing, that was actually with Unite and Unison that came together. Obviously they're two, you know, more well-known kind of unions. And I think what was kind of beautiful about that in terms of, well, them coming together, because, you know, obviously that should kind of happen anyway, but in terms of Strike Oppose, so when we do invite the union member to come and kind of do a little speech, sometimes they kind of really get into it as if it's like part of a performance, which is really fun. And I just kind of, again, kind of love that, how sporadic it is in terms of the performers and how kind of rogue
it's also just a unique thing to be speaking at, I think. Like they're used to the people that we usually get to speak at these events are very experienced public speakers, because to be a union rep, you kind of have to deal with a lot of like talk back from members. You know, they're very on it, they're very good at communicating, but this place that they're speaking in is like, you know, it's a very different environment to what they might normally be speaking in. And when you said that, my mind immediately went to the RMT reps that spoke at Strike Oppose 3, 4, 5, I can't remember which one, but you were actually hosting with Sean, and you had the kind of like train conductor sort of hats on, and they took the hats off of you and wore them, or at least one of them did, and they were really like, they were kind of like a double act. They were quite funny. And then afterwards I really remember one of them was watching like a video of himself doing the speech and just absolutely buzzing, like after he'd like come off stage, and it was
in the
just
hallway,
in the little corridor bit.
He was watching it back.
But it's just like, it's such a great kind of funny experience, and very like, very inspiring. Like there's a lot of passion and like a lot of like stuff that you just wouldn't know about unless you've got that direct, you know, someone's talking to you about the thing that they are in the midst of doing. It's kind of weird sort of, you know, you've got all these kind of cabaret acts, and then this moment of real truth, like moment of real, a description of struggle and like administrative like difficulty, like how did we get to this point, what are we doing, why are we doing it, how are we going to persist, and it comes in the middle of like what is a very sort of at times like quite funny, you know, set of performers, or like, you know, there might be some music and things like that, and then suddenly you're hit with this. And I just think it's quite a unique journey we all go on every time we do a Strike Oppose, and then it culminates in us all having like a big dance together. And I don't know, it's quite special in this way. It's kind of fallen into place in this way. But I don't know, just the reps that we end up like speaking to that then speak, they always kind of like they take it, they enjoy the event as much as we do, and it's completely integral to the event that they do speak. What should we do? Play another song?
So I was just like, I just thought then, we haven't got a song to play. Well, we've got a lot of songs to play, but we didn't have one queued up. So I was just looking, and I've chosen this song, I Wanna Fly Away, because it gave me dance troupe vibes, which we can talk about.
Let's talk about that after, definitely.
After the song.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about, and we were talking about the union reps, just reminds me of Strike Oppose.
So that was Mashisa, brackets, dub, by VO. Does that stand for anything?
I'm not sure actually.
We're going to say it does stand for something, but we're not aware of what it stands for.
Mhm.
So a couple of dancey numbers, because we were thinking about the dance troupe, which is a mainstay of Striker Pose. It like punctuates the night. It opens up the night. There's a dance performance that starts each of the kind of performance acts, and by acts I mean it in the sort of Shakespearean sense or play sense, because we have like sections of the night where performances happen. But the dance troupe is, as you said earlier, led by Rebecca, and this time Martin as well. Martin Sheed.
Yeah. I think he does they both do the choreo as well, don't
and it's
they?
a very like anyone can, just like everything with Striker Pose, it's more anyone can join and learn some kooky campy dancing, I think is fair.
Campy dancing.
And like Rebecca's very good at making it so that like for example, if you have never been to a dance class, you could absolutely still be in the dance troupe. It's you can make it so that you are doing things that are doable by folks who haven't followed that type of thing before. But the dance troupe is something that happens, that's something that appears and performs at every event. But we were going to talk about the acts for this event, which is next week at the time of broadcast or putting online. So the 31st of July, it's a Friday. They're always on Fridays. You've got lots of time to recover before the Monday. This time we're finishing really early, 3 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. And the doors will open at 7, and the acts will start quite soon after that.
And we do encourage people to try and make it down for before 8.
Yeah.
Just because, that is when the acts do start. And obviously, we've got in the Shakespearean sense, 2 acts.
This time, 2 acts.
And then the DJs where it turns into a disco. Usually,
Starts about 11.
band.
Right, the disco half.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think
Maybe a bit earlier this time.
I think this time it'll be a little bit earlier because usually we say to a lot of acts. We have tried to kind of condense it slightly. It's still going to be about 2.5 hour of performances, but because we've got the dance troupe between the other acts, and then the hosts too.
Yeah. So should we talk about who we've got performing and hosting at this particular event? So I'm quite excited about the hosts. I mean, I'm excited about all of it, but we recently had Mr. Milkshake, who is co-hosting, performing at an event that me and Alice do called Fruit Work at the Cas Garden, and that was a ball. And Mr. Milkshake
it was a hoot.
will be co-hosting with Bert Turdgirth, who is a striker pose regular, really, at this point.
Doesn't speak.
I've never heard him chat, no. But I have heard him sing quite sweetly and beautifully.
Yeah, when Bert Turgerth has a mic in front of them and a keyboard / piano, all of a sudden can sing, but doesn't actually speak.
Very, very moving performances. I'm really interested to see how the night will be hosted by this duo. One quite quiet. In fact, both quite quiet, I would say. So I think it will be really, really fun and interesting and weird.
It's going to be a sight to behold.
I'm excited. So we've got a couple of hosts which will bring us through the night, hold our hands through it all, probably do a few turns themselves. And then we've got a mix of performers. We've got spoken word from Lou, who also did an open basket show in this very studio not too long ago. I think Lou is one of the kind of people that appeared on our radar through this open call that we mentioned earlier. So that's really exciting to kind of spread the strike pose, like increase the size of our family. We've also got Joan Cooper-Snark, who is incredibly embedded in our family. I would describe that as
an icon.
I think close to 100%er on the striker pose front. We've also got the Queen of Heartbreak, who is like Lou, someone who has appeared in the kind of open call inbox. And as well, because of the fact that I've taken a bit of like a sidestep with striker pose organisation in order to kind of try and, give my brain a tiny bit of rest, but also to freshen it up. So I'm kind of like purposefully not delving too far into like, okay, what exactly will this act do on the night? So I'm kind of hoping that I can experience the event as fresh as possible, as without knowledge as possible.
Well, Queen of Heartbreak is, and you're like, I want to have fresh eyes.
No, please tell me a bit.
I'm giving you a general sense. Queen of Heartbreak is going to do some kind of comedy / poetry. They also do dance as well. They also do fire kind of dancing too.
To be clear, I do know who the Queen of Heartbreak is. Yeah. It's just more, I don't know what's going to be happening.
They're really cool.
They're
really, really, really
They
fun.
run the Secret Circus, which is kind of like a legendary night, I would say.
Yeah. It's an amazing night, the Secret Circus. Then we've also got Dross, formerly Pretentious Dross, who
formerly pretentious, now just Dross.
Now just Dross, no longer pretentious. But yeah, they are again another iconic act, drag queen that if you go to drag shows in Liverpool, you'll definitely
Probably
know
have,
this drag queen. They also do a lot of like fun music stuff as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
like very synth pop.
Yeah, really,
kind
really
of-
unique kind of like covers, like performed in quite a unique style. I remember seeing quite recently at
Yeah,
Quarry.
like they can get quite with their performances as well. They can get quite like dark and
Yeah,
kind of weird.
very moving, I would say.
All of the acts very moving.
I'm moved frequently. And we've also got Beth Hubbard performing with a full band, I believe.
Emo, sapphic, pop.
I would say these are key words when describing Beth. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. Beth played at a previous Striker Pose, and it was, I think she played at 2 actually, because she played with full band once. Anyway, she's going to be fantastic, and yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to Beth performing again. Yeah, you wanted to maybe speak about who we've got DJing as well.
Yeah. I was going to say the DJ. I was just thinking because Kieran, our polymass with 2 A's, is DJing. So I thought maybe you don't want to speak about yourself.
Oh, I'm just, I'll be playing some tunes in between the performers from the best seat in the house, which is the DJ booth.
100%.
So yeah, that'll be really nice. But yeah, in the half of the night where it's all about dancing, who have we got this time?
Yeah, so after Kieran has played just the start, which is another reason why you want to come down at 7 p.m, because you'll get some great tunes
Nice
selected
music.
by Kieran. Then we've got Elja, who is a really good friend of ours, Ellie Jane. Also
A Studio Picnic resident, I believe, as well.
Yeah,
The-
Queensway resident,
Mm-hmm.
Red City
Red City Queen.
icon,
Yeah.
Queen. Yeah, Elja always plays very fresh, funky kind of
Joyful. Yeah.
vibes. Then we've got DJ Front Flip.
Which is exciting. He's a Striker Pose regular as well, but you wouldn't know it.
Mhm.
But that's all to say really. DJ Front Flip, absolute like another icon, absolute legend of Striker Pose. Performed previously under a few different names. You know what you're going to get with DJ Front Flip.
Yeah, DJ Front Flip. Usually given the kind of like hyper pop
Yeah.
kind of vibes.
She
which
gives
is-
the girlies what they want.
Exactly.
And
no,
then
but she
closing the
really
night.
does.
Oh, she really does. Yeah.
And
she
then-
knows. Who knew someone could know so well what the girlies want.
Yep.
And then we've got, to close out the night, Drum Dance, who is a Striker Pose regular. I'd say, yeah, fairly regular in terms of attendance, but yeah, has never DJ'd. And I'm really excited because he's someone that I've known for a long, long time and know him through DJing, actually. Probably met him close to like 18 years ago or something insane. And yeah, he's an amazing DJ. If you've not heard of Drum Dance, you may have known him just as Jake D. He's an absolute, like, he's just so good behind the decks, and I'm really excited to see what he has in his bag for the final set of the night. I
All
believe
vinyl, isn't it? As
all
well?
vinyl, yeah, and yeah, that'll be amazing. I feel like we should play some more music. We're chatting on.
Yes, I know.
And I really want to play this tune because for some reason I just think it is the most dance troopy thing ever.
You look at me, I look at you. Too many drinks, a cigarette or two. Our fading lights, a closing door. With looks to kill, I'm falling to the floor. When you're in love, you don't know day from night.
Well, that was high dance troupe energy, and the phrase that I have in my head is a song that is very unafraid of itself. And that is, I have to credit that to Rebecca Clark, who came up with that phrase and has a great playlist of songs that you should add this to, Rebecca, because this is a song that is very unafraid of itself. Yeah, it's by Industry. It's called All I Need Is You. And we're coming to the end. We've chatted on so much. So we thought we'd play one more after that one, and then we'll say goodbye. But we wanted to sort of close the show by talking a bit more about joy, about what does strike a pose kind of mean to you in your life, Alice?
That is a very great question, Kieran Callanan.
Alice
AKA
Phillips, sorry.
Polymass with 2 A's. Well, we were sort of talking about this like off air, and just we generally always talk about the importance of community, and how kind of in sort of 2026 and just generally the last probably few decades really, it's harder for people to hold community or find community, due to loads of different factors, like everything seems quite individualistic, just literally with like everything that we do in terms of work, in terms of the internet, etc. So I think Strike a Pose is kind of like a really beautiful event for people to come together, and the reason we have it so open and kind of so random, with like acts who have performed for years and years, people who are trying out new things, people who just want to be a part of the dance troupe they might not have ever danced before, is because we just want to keep that community feel and that very open feel, which is what I suppose me and you and people around us definitely try and do in our daily lives, general lives, and having the theme this time as joy, which is always pretty much the theme, just because there's a lot of bad things happening.
There are a lot of bad things happening, and life is quite difficult for a lot of people, and getting together in a space physically together is actually quite difficult too, and providing that space feels important, and we don't realise what we're doing until we're doing it. I think with Strike a Pose, like we didn't realise what we were doing until it's happening, and it's happened again and again. And I think having that kind of very safe feeling space in Quarry where everyone really, like a big group of people anyway, is really looking out for each other, I think is so important. And I think physically being in a space with people and feeling that kind of feeling held is so important. And hopefully Strike a Pose is somewhere that people can feel safe and feel held and meet new people. It's a family. It's a giant weird family. It's beautiful.
And on that note, because we have run slightly over, we're just going to play part of our last tune, because we both feel it's very joyous, kind of disco soul kind of vibes.
It's a gorgeous tune that I'd never heard before until a few weeks ago. It's great. Should we name it and press play?
Yes, it's called Calling Out, and
featuring Dames Brown.
It's by Sophie
Lloyd
and Dames Brown.
I almost read James. Anyway, see you next time.
understand. But thou who knows